Hey, I'm Jay from the Kubz. Welcome back to another episode of me reacting to these scary animations. I have a few good ones for you in today's episode. If you guys cool with that, you down with that? Everybody get ready and buckle up, because here we go! So check this out, everybody. I uploaded a free random games episode recently, and one of the games I played was called Little Jimmy's Gift, and people were telling me in the comments that it's actually based on this video right here called The Kid and the Camera. If I watch this, then maybe the game that I played is going to make sense. So let me shut up and let us begin. And shout out to Grumbled Entertainment. They are the creators of this video.
Once upon a star, there lived a boy named Kalen. He was a happy little tot of 6 years old, and on his birthday, he received a very special gift.
Aw, that's so cute.
Photo camera.
Said no one ever?
Kalen
I'm sorry, I'm being mean to this 6-year-old for no reason.
So much that he took it out.
He's catching flames for no reason. I apologize.
Snapping photos of anything he could.
Should take photos of his ugly ass face. That's the last time I roast. That's the last time.
Until one day, a terrible accident happened.
It was literally the only twig in the whole area. He's looking directly at it, and he still tripped over it. I can't with this kid, man.
And the camera broke.
You did it to yourself.
Kalen didn't sleep a wink. Haunted by thoughts of his once perfect camera.
Bro looks like a dead body.
Late into the night. That was when a sudden sound caught his attention.
I was half expecting the sound to be his parents. If you know, you know. It's kind of eerie how quiet it is. I can hear the sound of me breathing through my own mouth. Because my nose is still kind of stuffy. What? What is happening?
And there stood, on the other side of Kalen's bedroom window...
Who the fuck is that guy?
A large winged creature.
A large, ugly winged creature. Correct yourself.
Hello there, young lad, greeted the creature. I'm the Kipsneed, your sleep fairy.
Who?
Sleep fairy? That is correct.
This is the only response that I would give to something like that being outside my window.
My job is to make sure you get a good night's sleep. But it's come to my attention that you haven't been resting at all lately. I'd like to know the reason why. Kalen had never heard of a sleep fairy. My parents told me not to talk to strangers.
Good parents. Good parents. Clap it up for the parents
I'm
one time.
no stranger.
Can we do that?
I know all the
two-finger
girls and
clappy.
boys around the globe. I know their parents, their homes, their names. Why? I even know your name.
Hey, get
Kalen.
your hand out of my window.
Now,
that's my
would
property now.
a stranger know your name?
Once you're in my property,
Kalen
you're in the
thought on it
danger
for a
zone,
minute.
alright, buddy?
No, I guess not.
That gives me free
If
reign
you
to do
must
whatever
know
I
I'm
want.
awake. It's my
First thing
camera.
I'm doing is practicing jujitsu on his neck,
Broken.
on his head top.
And just like that, tears welled up in Kalen's eyes.
That's a lie. I don't know how to do any of that. I'll probably just cry and
Let
scream.
me see.
He's looking at the camera and he's just like, this bitch.
Then the Kipsneed had an idea. Why don't I get this camera fixed for you? Perhaps that would help you sleep easier. You could do that? Of course, and I know just the place. A factory in my homeworld. I'll lead you to the portal. Just follow my voice. And the Kipsneed disappeared into the night. This way. Kalen followed close behind the Kipsneed, snapping photos to mark the way in case of getting lost.
So now I can see the inspiration of this game, or the game that I played, and this animation. In the game, you take pictures, and an angel appears in your room and says some things. I already forgot what it was. My memory sucks ass. But it's still the same. Like something leading you out of your room.
Kalen reached a house.
Fuck no. Yeah, you better be taking pictures. That's evidence. That is evidence.
Seems quite abandoned, thought the boy. And dark. But there was the Kipsneed's voice again, beckoning. The portal to my homeworld's inside. Come along. I must have my camera fixed.
Or what?
So, in spite of his obvious fright, Kalen marched into the home.
This 6-year-old is braver than I am. And I'm a grown-ass man. Oh, God. That is creepy. I don't like that. Come on. Ooh! Why are you unlocking the door like that? Bro, that is freaking creepy. I hate when pictures look old like this. Like, old and nasty. Is that the guy? That's the thing they tell you not to worry about. He was throwing up gang signs, too. He was like this. Bro, you're gonna get your camera fixed in here? I'd rather get my camera fixed in a back alley than this place. Ay, ay, ay. At least this 6-year-old has the awareness of taking all these photos, just in case he goes missing. What is that? That looked like Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, wait, that's the kid still. My bad, my eyes suck. What? Tell me, kid. What's up with these choppy zoom-ins? Oh, crap. Bro, never seen again type of pose. Yikes.
Some weeks later, authorities discovered the basement.
Are you freaking joking me? Like, you went through all that trouble of burying the body, but you left his little toesies out? Like, what is wrong with you? If you're gonna bury something, then finish the damn job. Got his Hanes socks all out and shit. Oh my God, what a dumbass serial killer, bro. Dressed up as a freaking dragon, ends up being a serial killer, can't even finish the freaking job, got his white socks all out. You might as well have a sign there, too, that just says, arrest me.
The rest of the boy was never found.
The boy was never found. I clearly see his toes right there. What do you mean he's never found? Oh, wait, are those just his legs? Oh, shit, I thought they were buried. Hold on, wait. I am confused. That's my bad, everybody. I actually thought the rest of his body was buried in some kind of sand or cement, but now that I look at it fully, my depth perception sucks the biggest anus. Dude literally cut this kid's feet off, like clean off too, like surgical precision. Those things must have been cut with like Japanese knives or something, because those are the most perfect slices that I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Next video of today's episode is called Ex-Girlfriend by Wansee Entertainment. Haven't seen one of their animations in a while, so this should be good. Hopefully.
I had a girlfriend I dated
Oh
3
God,
years.
it's already starting off bad. The half-heart thing that you make, ugh.
I had a girlfriend I dated 3 years ago. Her name was Sydney. But one day, she started to be so clingy towards me. She asked me hundreds of times every day if I love her, and I was so tired that I eventually dumped her. She then sent me one text message and moved to a city far away.
Take care, honey. Let's meet in 3 years.
Then she changed her phone number, and like that, I thought I'd never see her again. 3 years have already passed since then, and I was in love with a new woman. I became a recognized employee in my company, and everything was going well. I had completely forgotten about my ex-girlfriend, until the day came. One day, I heard a knock on the door, and when I opened the door, she was standing there. My ex, Sydney. I got goosebumps. How did she find my house? But what terrified me even more was her face. Her jawline was severely reshaped, making it look as if she had no jaw. Her nose was absolutely pointy, as if the implant was going to pierce out of her skin at any moment. Her eyes, forehead, cheeks, and all parts of her face reshaped abnormally. It was just like a scene from a horror movie. The only way I could recognize her was by the tattoo on her neck. It was a tattoo she got in the past that read, "You have to love me." Then she suddenly jumped at me, grabbed me by my neck, and shouted,
How do you like my face?
Talk about a glow down. Like, look how she looked in the beginning. All cute and Disney movie-like, and then all of a sudden,
Now do you love me?
Her jaw was crooked, and she seemed to be unable to pronounce words well. She stammered. I was so surprised that I asked her why the hell she is doing this, but she just kept repeating the same thing over and over again.
Now do you love me? Or don't you love me?
she's not even looking at him. She's just like, do you love me?
Finally, I shoved her away and went into the house, and she kept knocking on the door for a
Do you love me? me!
long time.
Do you?
I ended up calling the
They
police.
love me!
It turned out that she had received over 100 illegal plastic surgeries since we broke up.
This guy said, fuck that.
She endlessly asked doctors for ridiculous, strange surgeries, and her face turned grotesque by getting surgery in an illegal way, after all. That's how she continued to come to my house and hover around in front of it.
That surgeon needs to be executed immediately because 100 surgeries and you end up looking like that?
She shouted at me.
Sheesh.
Why? Is it still not enough? Should I lift my nose more? Shall I enlarge my eyes more?
I
She
think those
screamed
eyes are
madly.
enlarged as they
After a
can
while, she left a small note in front of my house, and the note said,
Please come to my place one last time. Then I will leave you forever.
I went to the address she wrote, and there was a small, shabby house.
Uh-oh.
The front door was slightly open, and I peered through the door. Then I saw a silhouette of a woman standing in the living room. I
Let
opened
me
the
guess
door,
who that is.
thinking it was her, and she shouted,
How do you like me now? Don't you think I'm beautiful? Love me now!
Let me see.
but the woman was not Sydney. It was a Barbie doll the size of a real woman.
Oh.
Sydney held the doll from behind and
Ooh,
pretended
it's
to
kinda
be
creepy.
the doll. I was startled, and then I saw that
Bro, I
she
got
was holding the
chills.
doll's hand and holding a knife as well.
Hey.
She shouted as she ran over
Relax.
to me with the doll.
It's not the looks, it's the heart that matters!
She swung the knife at my chest, and I barely managed to escape and ran outside. I ran away like crazy and called the police. Later on, she was arrested by the police, and it turned out that she had been suffering from a very serious mental illness. What was even more shocking was that she had asked the plastic surgeon to transplant her heart into the body of a Barbie doll.
What?
When the doctor said no, she said to the doctor,
Then I'll bring you a man. So take out his heart and attach it to mine.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna react to another one from Wansee Entertainment because this one caught my eye. It's called My Daughter is Strange.
This is the story of my 6-year-old daughter, Riley.
Can we talk about that voice real quick? Like, that was an ASMR voice. Like, that relaxed me for some reason.
She was a good girl, but one day she started acting strangely.
Like how?
One day at dawn, she suddenly looked out the window and started howling like a wolf.
Wow, weird.
When I asked why,
Strange.
she said that there was a wolf spirit outside and she was talking with the wolf. Mom, the wolf says that our house is where dead souls gather.
Yikes.
I got goosebumps, but I just passed it over,
You got
thinking
the
it
chills
wouldn't
that
be a
kill?
big deal.
Show me.
But even after
me,
that,
don't flex.
the same thing happened again and again. Suddenly, she looked into the air and talked to someone, drew a strange-looking monster on her notebook, and said it was her friend. The monster was a very terrifying creature with 6 eyes and 6 limbs
How many ass cheeks does it have, though?
that looked as if 3 humans were combined together.
Huh.
And it possibly could not have been drawn by a 6-year-old.
I agree. That looks 7-year-old quality at best. I'm
I
sorry.
tried to scold her.
Hey!
I tried to talk her
Stop
out of it.
shaking the
But
kids,
she
man.
never got better. One day, on my way to work, I told her that I would be coming in late because I need to work overtime. Then she said, Mom, I have so many friends at home, so I'm not lonely. I ended up taking her to a psychiatrist, but even the doctor couldn't figure out exactly why she was behaving like this. Then one day, she suddenly handed me some bread and asked me to eat it.
Yo, let's
the
get
moment
this
I picked
bread,
up the
dude.
bread and put it in my mouth,
That's the wrong
I
kind of
recognized
bread.
that something red was all over the bread. I asked in surprise, Sweetie, what is this? She said, It's hamster blood. Kevin told me to give it to you. My heart sank, and I looked at the hamster cage in her room and found that the hamster was dead. I was so shocked and angry.
Stop
so I
shaking
grabbed
the
her and
kid!
Who is Kevin? Why are you doing this? I yelled at the top of my lungs, and she pointed to the wall next to me and said, That's Kevin. His jaw is down to the ground, and his mouth is 5 feet wide.
Let me
He's
see.
looking at you and drooling, and his saliva
Oh, that's
is
Kevin?
like jelly.
I know Kevin.
And Kevin's mouth is full
Yeah, I
of
seen
dead
him at the
animals and
7-Eleven.
dead people because he can't digest anything since he has no organs. He says he wants to eat you too. I got
Nice.
goosebumps, grabbed her hand, and ran out of the house right away. Then I got in the car and sped like crazy until I got to a Catholic church in the
Okay,
neighborhood.
NASCAR.
I frantically searched for the priest and explained everything without hesitation. Then the priest thought for a moment and said, Your daughter has made friends with sinister spirits. Your daughter won't get hurt, but the people around her will be in danger.
Yo, if my priest looked like that, I don't want any part of church.
I will say my prayers for Riley. The priest held her and prayed the rosary for a long time, and she mocked the prayer or shouted it at the priest in an unknown language. I was really embarrassed and couldn't believe all this, but there was no other way, so I continued to
Yo.
visit the priest after that. After
Fuck's
visiting
this
the
priest
church
on?
dozens of times, surprisingly, Riley gradually came back to normal. She no longer stared into space, talked to herself, or did anything strange. I was so happy, and now my family could live a normal life. I didn't go to the church anymore, and after a few months like that, one day, Riley looked into the air again and shouted, "Mom, the priest is here!" I was surprised and asked her, "The priest? Why is he here?" Then Riley pointed into the air, and there was nothing she was pointing at, and she said with
Yikes.
a bright smile, "Here he is in Kevin's mouth."
Oh, okay. All right, everybody, but that's gonna do it for me reacting to these scary animations. Hopefully you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you give it one big fat like. And tell a friend today that Jay from the Kubz Scouts is that dude!